Last week we hit a couple of milestones. We leveled the floor.
That's pretty cool, eh? Didn't take that long. What, a year?
Bought scaffolding and set ourselves up for this next stage of our dream home build. And now the summer heat has really arrived, but it isn't slowing us down. We are waking up earlier, Luke is building the walls higher, and I am tackling a garden project that could make a huge difference to how we manage water this summer.
Tender ground. In the quiet we have finally found. No commute, no boss, no clock to chase. Just the land of light and open space. Dogs are running, chickens roam. Four old ruins becoming home. Every day we learn and every day we grow. This is the life we chose to know. This is our life, raw and real. Built by our hands, you can see and feel. While Portugal beneath an open sky. This is the life we chose to live.
Me and the moderator spent 40 minutes out this morning. And he made me a bunch of mulch, which I am loving. Whoops. Whoops.
Let's install these posts today. Actually, I can just throw it down here. It is stinking hot today. It's 37, I think. Now, I normally have a rule that I don't work if it's 35 or more. But since July came early this year, I'm going to have to work. Because, yeah, July and August, when it's 40, I'm pretty sure I won't be able to, even if I want to. I've tried many, many, many times over the past 7-8 years. So yeah, I think I'll change the rules to, let's say 38, I won't work. Today's 37. So, lots of breaks, lots of water, lots of shade today. So this has to go in this corner. So I'm going to put this this wooden beam, where was it? I already did one hole, made one hole over here. Now I didn't do it right at the end over here because these ones that are going that way, well, I can't really see from here, but they're all going because the anteroom will continue from here, so probably this, all this will come down. Maybe that will stay, and we'll see. But I didn't want to have to stay moving it, so I put it a bit further this way. Also, this wall had, what's the word? Leant outwards a bit, or sunk a bit, before we had done this underpinning under here, the concrete. So it would be harder to get it straight. Over here is straight at least. So that will also help maybe with the 7 centimeters of the wall not being completely straight halfway. Anyway, so let's try and get this in. This wall is going to be 2.5 meters above floor level, so 2.9 with the floor system. So yeah, I've marked it all out. Got one hole there, one here, and then I'll try and put something in the middle as well. Do this one, then go do the other side. Hey, perfectly level. So this is about 10, I would say about 10 centimeters above where the wall is going to be. And that's nice and level. So, how to put in another bolt over here. fine. So I might have mentioned last week that these are like batter boards, and that's what these are. They basically help you, then I won't need to use the spirit level to see if I'm coming up straight. Okay, that's good. Now go down on the other side, do the same thing, and then what I'm going to do, well, you'll see what I'm going to do. Alright, tied it to the hook on that side, on the bottom one for now, nice and tight because it's 25 meters. Success. Okay, straight away over here, a meter away from the post, it's about, do I have my measuring tape here? You can be precise. So it should be 10 mil away from the wall. And over here it's 55. Let's see. 70 mil. Oh, 80 nearly. 79. So here is the worst. So I'll probably take these out, that, and start somewhere here. Maybe. Because then here it starts closing again. What is it? 80 as well. And here it goes down to 75. 55. 35. So like Dirk said, such a long way and in height that we're not going to see it, the difference.
So my plan for the garden, heavily mulch every garden because I can now, and then fill it where possible, put some cork because it's really good insulation and the ground will stay wetter for longer. Obviously I'm not covering the whole thing, so I could still put water in there because cork is waterproof, so you don't want to fill it with cork and then water on top of the cork because it won't reach the plants. But like this, I think it will do a good enough job. And in summer it's just so hot, the ground just dries up so fast when I water, and I think this is, well, it's gonna be good. We'll see. Come on, Chucky! For the babies. We have a lot of cork from dead trees, or you know, if the cork lost its big branch, then it's on the ground and then it rots. So we have a lot of this lying around the land, and I plan to make good use of it. How nice and thick some of the cork is. This, I think, is going to make our plants very happy, our soil better, and our water situation better, because I will need to water a lot less, I think, in summer. there's a huge amount of cork on the floor over there that's been burnt and has been decomposing slowly, the inside anyway. And I'm getting it through those bushes and boulders, up these boulders, and through a lot of other boulders over here. So there's no way the tractor or the morator can help me with this, but Luke did say if I get them up there, he'll pick them up with the tractor. Because yesterday it took me about half an hour to get 3 big pieces, but still half an hour every time is silly. This looks like body armor. Tractor pickup. This is going to be so much easier than walking all the way home with them. One more! Yeah, oh no, I made you dirty. I made you dirty. Come here, come wait for Mommy here. I'm going to do one more, Molly. Because every time I think, no more, I'm too tired. And then I drop it and I say, I think I'll do one more. And then there's a breeze. Okay, Luke is coming. But first we're going to go and collect the almost cubic meter of mulch that I collected with the morator this morning. Because I was gonna do loads, but looks like let's just get Linda do everything. Perfect. Molly, do you want to wear this? This is like an armor. Sit down, sit, and look at me. Wow! Wow!
So much stone everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, there is. Let me see if I can carry it by myself. No.
She's a chimney sweep, eh, today? I didn't know we had a dirty chimney.
I love it, it's going to make my life a lot easier.
Leave it like that, so then we can put cork on top.
Oh yeah, cool. 2 in 1. I'm saving me so much time right now. Now let me try with the super heavy one.
That's crazy, eh?
So awesome. We still have so much more. And now if you look down, you can see it all because I've been taking it out from under things and piling it up.
I don't know, I haven't looked to find a way there. I do need to because I need to do those
I know,
terraces.
but it's not.
When I did these this week, I was thinking I have to find a way.
It's not
in.
easy. I have to get there because there's boulders down. I mean, I can't even go with the
There will
morator.
be a way, I think.
Sorry.
I mean, not now, but oh, that's a big one.
I'd rather take them up whole because it's easier than to break them on site.
Okay.
One more? No.
More, much more.
Much more. Ooh. I think if you go down, maybe I'll get a few more up. Oh.
If you want to.
Because if there's much more, you're going to have less. Okay. It's crazy.
Crazy.
One more.
One.
One.
All of them.
Look at all of them. Okay, I'll leave you to it. Okay?
Okay.
I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Too much, you think? Listen, I've seen tractors in India carrying half a village on top of it. I've seen bikes in Asia carrying half a village, let alone a tractor.
Let me try and go one more time before Luke comes.
I had to look on like eBay or no, what's the one where you sell your bookmarks?
On Etsy.
Etsy. A piece like this is probably worth about $20.
Yeah.
They sell them, especially the virgin. This isn't even virgin. This is, well, it's burnt, but they use them for terrariums, for lizards,
Yeah.
snakes. I tell you, all the wildlife is going to love this. I bet we'll have much more amphibians and lizards and snakes.
Put them here now. So,
Where?
because here I need to pass.
Just
the
like
water.
that?
Yes, please.
What a good job you did.
Huh? What a good job you did.
Linda, I mean.
Yeah, but you saved me a lot of time.
Linda did.
Linda did.
Linda's the best.
It's a quick job before a job, Luke. I was enjoying getting them.
She's a chimney sweep. What's that song of Mary Poppins? With the chimney sweep?
I don't know. I know it, but I can't think.
Surely you know it.
Perfect! What do you think? Should I have a shower today or not?
2 maybe.
Slow-mo!
Yeah. So far on the ruin, I've been getting my water from a well, which is 100 odd meters downhill. And I had thrown in a 240 volt pump in there, and whenever we need water, I go down with a power station and plug it in. Obviously, once we put the roof on and we actually live there, we have to have something better than that. So far I'm thinking maybe having a big tank at the house, and every week or whatever, we top up the main tank. So I've been thinking maybe getting a 24 volt water pump, solar panel, charge controller, and a battery or two. So it's an isolated system. It's very far away from the rest of the house, so I'm not going to have anything power coming from the house. I need a dedicated system just for the pump. So when WattCycle over here contacted us to review a couple of their batteries, I jumped at the chance, because that meant, number one, I can upgrade my batteries to something better with more features, better specs, and then use my old ones for water supply for the house. Okay, old batteries, time to get replaced. Ta-da! User manual, cables, covers, handles, comms wire. Cool. Okay, these are 48 volt, 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries. That's a mouthful. They're actually rack batteries, so you can buy the server racks. I think they go in 3, but we only have 2, so we don't need a rack. We can just stack them on top of each other inside. So let's just put this aside and have a look at them. Pretty heavy. I think they're over 40 kilos, 41.7 kilos, and the dimensions are standard server rack sizes. I think it's about 500 by 485 by 13 or something. Yeah. Oh, it's quite nice, eh? Wow. I like how everything, all the COM ports, all the connections, the power, everything's on the front. I mean, obviously it's a server battery, so you only get to see that, but that's pretty cool. Okay, so we can put the breaker on, and it's got its own switch, which is nice. I was still put in another one before it, and a fuse, but okay, it's on. So let's see its state of charge. 58%. I love that it's got a touch screen, mine definitely don't, and a LED screen where you can see all the information on it. Apart from this awesome LED touchscreen, the thing that also sets it apart has 3 separate communication interfaces, which others may not. So the 3 communication interfaces are the CAN, the Controller Area Network, the R3232 and the RS485, which are all connected through the ports over here. This battery also has an active balancing function, and you can actually go in and see from the touch screen, you go cells, and you can see all the individual cells inside the battery, and it automatically balances them, which is awesome. Another important advantage is the high compatibility of these communication protocols. It can communicate with a wide range of inverters. They're all listed on their website, but they include all the big ones like Victron so far. There's loads. So I wouldn't worry too much about compatibility. The cells inside are actually BYD battery cells, so that's cool. And it has 100 amp BMS. And why I like these and I really wanted to get them is because once we move to the house, we'll want a bigger system, and you can actually hook up 20 of these together. So that will give you like 100 kilowatt hours, which is probably 5 times what we need, the maximum. But it's always good to get something that you can grow as your demands grow. So yeah, so today we're just going to hook up 2 of them in there. So let's see how that goes, and then we can pair them with our inverter. And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty plain sailing, because it seems like it's really straightforward. Okay, so let's see. I know it comes with handles, which are these. So these are for the terminals. There's these. Now I'll just put them here for now. The covers, so I don't lose them. These to connect them to each other, so they'll go positive to positive, negative to negative. But I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use a bus bar. It's safer, so they can stay balanced. We have an earth wire to connect to our earth over there, and this is so they can communicate together. Comms wire. All right. Out with the old, in with the new. Let's turn off the electricity and pull everything out. Okay, this is way too small to be filming in here, and hot and sweaty. Alrighty, that was pretty straightforward. Let me show you what I did. Okay, so I have a pretty sweet setup now. Everything's been updated. These are all new, everything. So for now, I only have 1 connected up to this heavy-duty bus bar. And that's because I prefer to, well, you should charge them individually before hooking them up together. And this one is 73%. So by the end of the day, it should be 100, and then tomorrow morning I'll take this off, connect it to this one, charge that to 100%, and then I can put them together just so they stay balanced. They start out at the same voltage. There can only be like a 1%, 1.5% difference when you connect them, otherwise you'll have problems. This is a heavy-duty bus bar. I've got the negative, I've got a 48-volt safe battery switch. The earth is connected to the earth, and I've got a big mega fuse over here before that. So everything good. I'm loving this this screen, I tell you. Really sweet setup, hey guys? Nice and simple. Alrighty, thank you very much WattCycle for sending us these awesome batteries. I did do a lot of research online, and I did watch a lot of videos of these YouTubers who are actually solar electricians, where they break down the batteries, open them up even though you're not supposed to, and check out all the components and everything, and they all said this is the best budget option for what you get. And at the moment they're reduced from 2,000 euros to 1,000 euros, so a bargain is definitely to be had. Now, one thing I didn't mention about these batteries is that if you have an EcoFlow power station, you can use these batteries as an expansion battery, which is really, really cool. I did mention to the guys who sent them over that if they ever introduce a cable that we could connect with a Bluetti power station, I'd definitely get one of those, because we've got loads of Bluetti power stations. But anyway, I think that's really, really cool that you can just plug in. You do have to buy the cable, which is, it connects to the positive terminal to an XTC50, I think, cable, one of those small yellow ones, and it just goes straight into compatible EcoFlow power stations. So that is pretty sweet. Now in 3 or 4 weeks we will do another update on how everything's been going with these batteries, but I don't foresee any problems whatsoever. Hey, thanks again WattCycle, and yeah, if any of you guys want an awesome battery, or 2 or 3 or 20 of these, there's all the links down below in the description. Go and check them out. That door needs oil. Right, let's go get a load of stone today, and I want to do it quick, so I'm not going to be quarrying. I'm just going to take some random ones from stone walls that we have on the terraces. You'll see, you won't even notice they're gone. Okay, let's get this bad boy out of here. And then when I have a bit more time, I'll try and crack these. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I was super excited about these rocks. This is all quartzite. And I was just amazed at all the straight edges. And I mean, even here, look, it's all straight edges, ready to be cracked. Anyway, I asked if any geologists could help me out and explain what's going on our land, basically. We got one reply where they needed to know, obviously, where we are. So I just had a look online. I had a long chat with Gemini, and I learned quite a lot of stuff about the geology of this area at last. I've been meaning to look it up for so long, it's just sometimes you just keep forgetting. So basically, I'll give you a quick overview. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but what I understood, geologists let me know if I'm wrong, or anyway, if what's his name is wrong, Gemini. So basically our area over here is a very important geological site. So millions and millions of years ago, there were two supercontinents crashing into each other to form Pangaea. A lot of you might have heard of Pangaea. I have. I was going to call our food truck that. Food from around the world, Pangaea. They were crashing into each other, and with the friction, all the granite turns into magma. So it's super, super hot, and it had no exit. So it just stays below the surface. And then on our land over here, there was a bunch of sandstone, which is probably the bottom of the sea, sand. And then with the heat of the molten granite, it cooked the sandstone into quartzite. So that's how quartzite is made. And then with the cooling, it cracks along vertical and horizontal lines, creating little cubes. Really, really cool. And then once I was at it and discovering about the geology of our area, I looked up, why do we have so many granite boulders all over the place, all look like they've been rolling down the hill and then suddenly stopped. We have a spot just below the ruin called Boulder City. Many of you would have seen it. And they literally look like, I mean, huge boulders, look like they've stopped on a hill on the way down. It looks like Wile E. Coyote put them there ready to try and crush the Roadrunner. And I always thought they've rolled, because that's what they look like. Even here, we've got loads. But no, actually what happened is that granite that was magma and then cooled, with erosion and rainwater, it all eroded down and got washed out. And with the water action, basically if water is hitting a flat surface like this, it's only getting contact with the water on one side, but the corners, they get it from three sides. So that's why things end up rounded. So with erosion and rain and millions of years, and all the soil, washing away all the soft soil on top of the granite and everything, all gets washed away and everything gets rounded. So that's why we have so many granite boulders. And that's the stone that we have here, is granite boulders with the sandstone, with the quartzite. So that's pretty cool. These are not parts of an old house like some of you have said that I'm digging up, or a grave. But it's so cool, eh? I'm really happy I finally looked it up anyway. So I'm gonna grab this and then we're gonna go onto these terraces back here where there's loads of stone walls, and I'm gonna start pinching some of our stones that no one will ever know they were even there. Because today I really want to build a lot of wall. Right, this big bad boy, how heavy is he? Very. Okay, we need some straps. Look. It's all very cool. All natural cracks. Okay, I decided to bring them straight in because put them where I'm going to use them. Yeah! Right here. Not a bad haul. Couple of more loads before I can start building wall again. But I think it must be lunchtime. I can smell the Homesteading from here. I've been making Maltese bread, which is a kind of sourdough. There is a bit of yeast in it, but we kind of keep it like a sourdough starter. But the first one actually has a bit of yeast in it. We call it a tinsilla. But anyway, I've perfected Maltese bread finally. It's like a sourdough, but it's not as heavy. Crunchy on the outside. Best bread in the world. And it's with Homesteading, tomato paste, mint, tuna, capers, olives, onions. I normally put some sheep's cheese in as well, but I didn't have any today. But yeah, really happy with the bread. Where I'm sitting now is our kitchen, I'll start doing recipes again. But with the kitchen we have, it's not right for videos, eh? It's exactly the same. Yummy.
One second, I'm not gonna make these clothes black like the other ones. That's better.
was delicious. If you've ever been to Malta, you know what I'm talking about. Right, let's go get some more stone. Not a bad haul at all.
It has been an awesome and very productive week for us. I'm so happy with the garden. There's still a lot to be done, but it's getting there. And every morning when I water and the ground isn't dry, it's such a good feeling. And Luke upgraded our solar, so thank you so much to WattCycle. And if anyone is interested in upgrading theirs or starting out with their solar, then I have left the link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.